Hi guys, and welcome all the football managers. Today I'm making another episode about top 11, and I'm gonna give you a few more tips that haven't been already covered in my previous videos. If you haven't watched my previous videos, then you might want to do them because this one will not give you as many tips as the previous ones had. And I would like to discuss a few things that I missed so far. One of them being is the facilities and finances. What you gotta know about facilities and finances, they go hand to hand. So if you're already in the later stages of your career and your stadium is growing and you're still not getting quite enough money, you're still not getting quite enough filled up stadium, if you notice this, then simply what you gotta do is start upgrading the parking, because the parking will allow you to have more people coming to your stadium, and the away fans at the same time, they will travel more keen to your stadium. So this is one way of getting and generating extra profits. And at the same time, if you already have your training, youth facilities upgraded, utilities will also bring you extra income, just simply because it's going to be turning into a massive modern community plaza center, which will generate massive profits for you. So this is one of the things that I wanted to show you. Don't forget about your parking and utilities once you upgraded all the necessary bits like training, youth and stadium. Now the second thing I would like to talk to you about is in finances. We've already spoke about most of the finances before in the previous episode about finances, but one thing I would like to mention to you, once you're already doing your career and you join the association, or let's just say that you have your own association, then what I would suggest, as you can see here, once I have a lot of money, I enabled a bigger win bonuses for my league games, for my Champions League games and for my cup games. And at the same time, the final at the end here, it's your FA and friendly games, which FA, which basically stands for your football association. Therefore I increased my win bonus one bit higher to 4.67 million. So my players are more keen to play well and win association games, because at the end of the day, association games will give you a lot of tokens every time you play. So let's just assume for a second, if I go to my association game right now, this is what it's all about. If you're doing well, if you're going up in the leagues, just for staying in the league, like mine here at the minute, which is Gold Division 3, I'm going to get 20 tokens just for staying. And if I go up, I will get 30 tokens, or every member of my association will get 30 tokens if we get promoted. So that's something that might be worth doing. If you have enough money like I do, you can give more extra bonuses for winning the games and motivate your players that way. Now I've already discussed the events previously, but I do still want to encourage you one more time to take part in the events. You can win decent players, t-shirts, but what's the most important thing is, I've, for example, already won in those events so many different types of players that have been like 6 or even 7-star players just for winning and participating in those events and getting through certain stages. So I do encourage you, this will help you a lot. You'll get extra players that you normally wouldn't buy it or couldn't afford them, and you're saving your tokens at the same time because you don't have to spend a penny. Now as you can see right now, every now and then by the end or beginning of the season you get a special offer when you actually do transfers, and if you want to get your tokens back, now is the time. As you can see, the special offer, you can get 60% of tokens back if you decide to buy a player. Like I mentioned before in my other videos, I don't really buy players anymore. I just do my youth academy and it usually lasts me enough because I train my players constantly, I rest them, I give them extra bonuses, so they're constantly staying about 4 or 5 stars anyway, or even 6. But at the same time here you got the scouting, which costs you a lot of tokens. You got negotiations, which are going to be available at the end of the season. They always are. So that's the only time you can actually negotiate. It's at the end of the season with other players. Now another thing I would like to discuss quickly with you here is the formation. In my previous videos I discussed this also, and I usually use 4-4-2, which is quite universal, a decent formation, most known formation in the world when it comes to football. But I can also give you a few more hints. A lot of people these days, they don't really stick to one formation. A lot of people trying to counter the formation of the opponent, which you can basically go and check your next opponent formation and try to come up with your own one. If that's something where you want to do, if something where you want to go more deeply into it. Recently I've been playing with the tactics that is also quite old and known, with a 4-stopper and attacking midfielder. It's been doing quite good for a while, but at the moment I've noticed that it's not performing as well as I would like. So instead of doing them this way, I'm going to leave them a little bit differently set up. So one of my attacking midfielder is a little bit more in front, but not quite in attacking midfielder position. And my defensive midfielder is also a normal midfielder. I want to keep one a little bit forced back and one a little bit forced forward. But at the same time, like I mentioned, it's up to you what your vision is on the. Some people prefer more attacking football. Maybe try something like 4-3-3 if you got good enough players. Or maybe try like a 4-3-1-2 option. I would always prefer to have 4 defenders, simply because it always gives you a bit more security. When it comes to tactics, I usually use the same tactics as I always did. This is something you can look at. So thank you for watching, and I hope you're following my tips and becoming a top football managers. Good luck. If you like my content, don't be shy and subscribe, doesn't cost you anything. And you can be notified about any new videos coming through, and you're always a priority to find out. You're always going to be notified about the newest videos, so you don't miss anything. So thank you very much, and see you next time.